Opal. Let me put my phone on not disturb. There. Just, sir. Oh, y'all trying to get married. What I say? What I tell him?
Oh,
wait
on the Lord.
Wait on the Lord, I say. Wait on the Lord.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, y'all.
Thank you, and welcome to another episode of the Mel Kel Show. Thank you for tuning in with us. We have some amazing guests once again. We have the amazing, you may have seen him on Judge Judy. Well, actually, we'll wait till he comes in, but you'll see who comes in when we introduce them in. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, she'll be joining us.
How's everybody doing out there? Hey, lovable Nikki. Hey, lovable Nikki. And Sierra H. Thank you. I just assume you're talking to me. You could be, you might not even be talking to me. How about that? In all day and a night. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I guess we are just waiting on our guest to join. Oh, it's just Sierra. Got it. Thank you, Sierra. Oh, hey, Nicole, how are you? There's Bird. Okay. Y'all, let me tell you something. I hope my husband makes it to the end of the day. Wow.
Hey!
Hey,
Getting real in these streets.
Wait a minute.
We want to introduce
Keenan and Kel.
No, it's
wrong
not.
show. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's Mel and Kel.
Mel and Kel.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
So we want to introduce you guys
Y'all
to
so
the
crazy.
people.
Y'all so crazy. We here with y'all anyway. We don't care. Cause we love
So
y'all.
you may know.
We don't
So you may know this.
We know
This
y'all.
one talking right here. I guess. You want to introduce yourself since you won't let me do it. You go ahead.
To those in the known universe, I'm Petri Hawkins Byrd. I'm the bailiff on a little known show called Judge Judy. Some of you have probably heard of it, you know.
And he's a 3-time Emmy winner. There he is.
And yes, and well, is it 3?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 times.
Well, you have it on your Instagram. I'm going off your Instagram, so you lying. I seen maybe 1 or 2 in the house. I see the other one.
Hey, look, it's as many as I paid for.
You're so
but to right here, this lovely lady, okay, just happened to be in the neighborhood. I went outside. I said, "Hey, you want to be on Instagram Live?" And she went, "Yeah, I'll come on there." I said, "Just pretend to be my wife, you know." And so this is
so dramatic.
This is Makita. This is Makita Bond. This is my missus. This is my baby. And my baby.
Your beautiful, beautiful wife.
And she's a producer and
Emmy nominated producer.
On our show.
Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
So what's up, y'all?
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Here I'm tripping. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Thank you guys for being here virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Our pleasure. This is our first time on the bottom.
There you go. Wow. Okay. Wow. You guys, this is gonna be a type of show today.
Because people don't realize, like they see Bird on TV, and you know he's just standing up there, you know, face just all serious.
Yeah,
This man is the silliest person you will ever meet. Like,
thank you.
It was shocking to me. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, I've not seen him. I sent Bird a picture that we took, what was it, 2017? We were at a television academy event, and because I've been a fan of the Judge Judy show, and when I first moved out to LA, I did audience work for Judge Judy.
So I threw myself in the audience when I first moved out here too, and I actually came here for work. We were working on the same lot, but I always wanted to go to the show. So I hooked up with one of my friends so I could actually sit in the audience, and we knew each other from passing, But yeah, I sat in the audience and watched the whole thing. It was entertaining. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So for those people that just think that I just do crosswords and I don't do anything else, I'd be looking up from my crossword going, oh, wow, man, third row, man. No, this is bad. This is bad. The cameramen on the show, you know, and they already know this, but the cameramen on the show, we used to have these signals like, 2, 1, right? So it'd be like second row, first seat, and and then they look back.
Is that what
they look.
Wow.
They see the woman up there, they go, yeah. And if it's a really great looking litigant, we take our pens and I tap my pen on the clipboard. He takes his pen, he taps it on his camera.
You telling all the secrets. You telling all the secrets now.
Well, listen, you know what I mean? Listen, this COVID thing, man, we gonna come out, we gonna be family, right here. We right here.
That's right. And we ain't worried about you checking for nobody now.
That part.
And
hey, no more audience, man. Like, second row, first seat, I think she's. Did you see her call?
Really?
I would be watching the show now, like let me see where's his eyes.
I know it's so funny.
I'm like Makita, check the third row, second seat. I see his eyes.
Kelly. So if I don't have a case for the day, or if I only had one and I go back upstairs to my office, I have a TV in my office. So the TV has the feed. And there'll be times that I'm watching him in the feed, and every once in a while when he's like escorting somebody out, he may look down or like, I'm like, yeah, I saw you.
That's right.
Yeah.
I look on my phone. When I get out there, I look on the phone. It's like, keep your head up. Keep your eyes up.
I see your eyes. Yeah.
They always know, right now.
I'm always here.
They
still a man, I guess, right?
Dark glasses, man, and be walking.
You make sure she ain't still nothing. You just try to make sure she ain't still nothing.
You like that?
Hold on, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Nah, I said he's going to make sure she wouldn't.
Why are you yelling at
Because
me?
we can't hear at the same time. Hold on, David, sit back.
Okay. Oh, you cussing on their show now.
Step back.
I'm cussing on
Then
their
see, she a producer of the family too. You better listen to the boss. You better listen to the boss.
She's a producer.
I was just trying to come to his defense, but it won't help now. I was just saying maybe he was making sure she ain't still nothing. But yeah. That's the skill.
Yeah.
All right, on to the questions. So Byrd, what was the process of becoming a judge on Judge Judy?
A bailiff?
Sorry, bailiff. Yeah, see, you messed me up.
So for me, the process was I used to be a court officer in New York City in Manhattan Family Court, which was where I originally met Judge Judy. She was one of the judges that I worked for. I left New York in 1990, moved out to California, and I left law enforcement. I was working as a counselor at a high school. And one day I happened to be reading the newspaper, and I was reading the gossip column, which came out in New York. It was a syndicated gossip column. And at the end of this gossip column, of all names to see, I saw the name Judith Shineland. And I was like, oh, wow. And they said that she had written a book, and, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, which I knew was her saying, and that they were developing a TV show for her. I merely wrote a letter to congratulate her. And I, in typical Byrd humor, at the end of the letter, I was like, P.S. if you ever need a bailiff, I still look good in uniform. She called me like 3 weeks later, man, and thanked me for the letter and said, hey, I know you were kidding, but we do need a bailiff, and we're planning on doing the show in Los Angeles, and you're already out in California. She said, and as I remember, you're kind of crazy. I said, well, I'm still kind of crazy. She said, well, if you're crazy enough to try this with me, I'll recommend you for the job. And that was sight unseen. So this was pre-computer, pre-cell phones.
Did you fax for the letter, or did you send it?
I faxed for the letter. No. That's how modern I got. I faxed the letter, because I was too lazy to go and find an envelope and a stamp,
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy. That's what's up.
That's how it happened, man. And the rest, as they say, is history.
That's awesome. I never knew that.
I thought y'all did your research.
No.
Not like that.
No. I mean, I thought maybe you was like, you know, as an audition, you go and audition for it. Like, what do they do that with Bailiffs too, or is it totally different process?
Well. Here's the thing, you know. So starting from the first day I started working there, I was an actor. You know, because I wasn't a bailiff. Now, subsequent shows that came on, a lot of people, what they would do is they would go and they would get an actual bailiff. So that bailiff, like for instance, the bailiff on People's Court, right? Doug, I think his name. Yeah. So Doug was actually on the job. So Doug would come in like on his day off or whatever the case may be, on the shooting days, because, you know, we do a lot of cases, and you know, you already know this, Kelly. We do a lot of cases in one day. So we don't work every day. We don't work 5 days a week. You know, we work 5 days a month, you know. And,
must be nice.
Yeah, you should try it sometime. But you know, but yeah, so that you know, that's how that went. So a lot of the bailiffs on other court shows were actually working bailiffs, you know, or just recently retired. I was the only guy who was like straight up ham actor, you know. So for me, it was art imitating life, you know.
That's awesome.
That's what's up. And Makita, how did you become a producer on the show?
Well, I started off in audience, believe it or not, when I was living in New York, and I moved out here in 2012. And I was working on a show called Jeff Probst. You know the guy from Survivor?
Right.
Okay. Well, nobody really knows that much. But anyway, he was in his first season, and I came in as an audience producer. And it lasted for 1 season. And my friend, Kia, who's like my sister, she's like, listen, don't stay in audience. Get into producing. I need you to do that now, because there's many more jobs as a producer versus audience, you know, in general, because there's certain departments, you know. So
not only that, audience don't pay real well.
Well, now compared to know the difference, you know, I didn't know any different. You know, I was working in New York, and then, you know, worked out here, and it was like
$50 a day. That is a lot of money.
No, I wasn't. No, I was working fully. But anyway, as I carry on, so I ended up changing gears, and I ended up starting off as a PA, and that was at paternity court. And then
production assistant to you folks out there.
Yes, that's a production assistant.
Gopher.
No, actually it's 2 different ones. So there's production assistant, right? And then there's a producer's assistant.
I got it.
So that's what it was. But it's okay. I'll educate you as well.
You were producer's assistant.
Anyway, so it started off there, but yes, and then I just moved way up as far as being a producer on Judge Judy, and I started off on Judge Judy as an associate producer. I didn't even start as a regular producer.
And in the first year,
immediately.
You get. Now, I gotta brag on her right now, okay? Because she won't do. No, it is that deep. She started off as an associate producer, okay, and what she kept doing was she kept out booking everybody. You know, she had, you know, she was able to. Her cases were great. In fact, cases that we presented to the Academy for consideration for the Emmy. Those were her cases. Those were her cases. And the only reason she didn't get an Emmy at the time was that she was an associate producer, not the producer, but it was her case that you know.
But it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Because I'm a producer now.
It's mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
But either way, that's how it started. And yeah, the rest is history. But I love my job.
Well, since you married, you share his Emmy. So there you go.
That part. And it's so funny because we were nominated last year. We were nominated together for the first time.
We were trying to make history.
We were like, oh, this is so dope. We just got married.
They were nominated too, right? You guys.
We were 2018. Yeah, we were 2018. We were both nominated. We are the first African American married couple to be nominated in the same year.
Look at God. You see? Well, then we're the second in 2019.
Boom. There it is.
That was really awesome, like to be nominated together and you are with your spouse. You know, that's pretty
dope. Power couple. You know what I'm saying? Power couple.
There it is.
Power couple downstairs.
There it is.
You're crazy.
Oh my God! Listen. I have to say something. Kelly, and we said it when you guys came on our Instagram live, but everywhere we turned, like it's Kelly. It's Kelly. It's like, I still look at the pictures from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. That was so cool. And then Mel. Oh my God.
This is about y'all. Listen, this is about y'all. This is y'all hour. I mean, not y'all hour, but y'all. This is your moment. We can talk about that.
He gets really excited when he goes on live. Like this is not his forte. Like he has.
I know, and I love it.
I had to teach him and groom him to get into social media. When he first started Instagram, bruh had like almost 1,000 people on there, and I'm like, how do you only have 1,000? And granted, it's gone up, but these are all like nobody paid for anything. It's been gradual, but he doesn't post anything, and he doesn't know the benefits of social media. I'm sorry, he was a Facebook. Facebook is for 55 and up normally. I do Facebook too. But I'm just saying. Anyway, long story short, what? It's okay.
I'm ashamed of myself.
It's okay.
No, it's. Go ahead.
No, there is no shame. There is no shame.
But people don't realize
people don't know
how important it is, and I'm proud of you for that, babe. That's all.
Oh, thank you. What's that other one that they used to have before Facebook? The one
Snapchat?
had, no, not Snapchat.
MySpace.
Oh, MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, that's where I excelled.
Yeah. Wow.
So what have you guys learned about each other during this time of quarantine?
So to be honest, and I pray this on my enemies, I didn't learn a damn thing. I didn't learn a damn thing about this guy. I am so enjoying myself being around this dude, and it's so easy. Any of my relationships has never been this damn easy. And we go everywhere together, especially like everywhere, the stores, we go walking you can't go anywhere without each other. Why? Because God forbid something happens. I don't know about you, but I do not want to be held responsible if you come back with COVID or I came back and gave you COVID or something like that. So we just go together.
I'd be like Fred Flintstone outside the door. Wilma! She just won't let me in, I swear I don't have it. I had the test. But I think what I've learned about my partner is that the love of life. You know what I mean? She loves life. She every day she gets up and there's some new thing like, babe, this is what we ought to do today. We should have a COVID party. We should have a party, okay? And we invite all our friends, and we'll all be on Zoom.
That's how she sounds?
And then there's a thing called house party, and we're gonna do that, And I'm just like,
so
I gotta go bathroom.
So to piggyback off of that, tell me if you think that this is a weird thing. But I said, listen,
it's weird.
I said, listen, we could have a get together. There's Memorial Day that's coming up. There's July 4th. Those two major holidays, right?
Get ready.
And also my birthday. But I was like, listen, we can have a dinner party.
Get ready.
With and I'm gonna push this one, but 10 people, right? 10 couples, 5 couples.
Weird.
But in the invitation, you would say, listen, you're cordially invited. I would love for you to come to the dinner party or come to the barbecue, but you have to quarantine for 14 days before. Would you do it? Is that offensive?
Look at their faces.
Is that offensive? Like real life, that's offensive?
I remember the first thing she asked you was, does this sound weird?
I mean, I would do it. I just want y'all to listen. I want you to answer first if that's weird.
It's not weird, but yes. I'll let her.
So I agree with Lisa. It's not. No, I don't think that it's weird. However, I think that so I'll say this: the people that you're going to invite, I'm sure they love you. These people, so I think they would be willing to do that for you, right?
Right. I'm just waiting.
You're a
But
good
what do you
girlfriend.
mean?
And
And
you
then
two were on the list.
quarantining for 14 days, meaning not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, so okay, so I'm not saying pushing the envelope like, yo, you can't go to the supermarket because you have to go get your food and stuff. And even though that's putting yourself out there, I'm just saying for quarantining, I'm saying you're not hopping around to your friend's house, this friend and that friend or whatever like that.
Sure.
You will make a vow to me as a friend that if you come over to my house, just for an event, you know, we have nothing else to look forward to. We're all stuck in the house. Why can't you do that for me in order to look forward to something? It's kind of like going to a wedding. What's the difference?
Sherry Sneed says the problem is you can't enforce or trust that it will be complied with.
You got to pray that your friends are not going to let you down with that one. I mean,
but also as a friend, then I would honor that. And if I was like, oh snap, I didn't, then I would be like, Makita, I love you, but I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Or whatever, you know, just be honest.
I went to the club last night and I know I wasn't supposed
But I think you should maybe start with a smaller number, like 3, 4.
Okay, so 10 may be pushing it, but like let's say 6. 2 extra couples or whatever, or you know, like if there's, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have people that come over to your house, you obviously want people that you could trust, and you just don't want people that's reckless. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I just thought that was a great thing. You know, like you're looking forward to going to somebody's get together. You are gonna probably have masks. You're probably gonna be, you know, staying away from each other anyway. Well, not too far. You know what I mean? But
all it takes is one. That's what Lanny said. Listen, I can read your minds right now just by looking at your face. Y'all like, by the way, we have something to do on that date, but you don't know what date it is. Yeah, but we got something to do.
All right, I tried.
No, I get it. And it's challenging for people who are celebrating birthdays and different things during this time.
I think it's more challenging for people that are, you know, like just 2 people at home or 1 person at home. You know what I'm saying? If you have a family or if you have, you know, roommates and stuff like that, then obviously, you know, you're around each other, things ain't gonna happen. You'll be able to still socially be around each other. But if you want to invite people to your home or vice versa, at least respect that. I don't know. I just okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Guess we
No, I get it. I know that you're passionate about it. I can see it.
Well, we'll start with us. We're just starting with us, just coming, grabbing our plate, eating outside or something. You know, we'll figure it out.
We'll work it out.
We'll have a nice game of volleyball. We got
one couple at a time. One couple at a time.
Right. So we're gonna have the first couple come from 1 to 3, and then the next couple will come from 3 to 5, and then the last couple will come from 5 to 7.
Right. Who drew 7? Who's 7? Who's number 7? Yes, you. No, your wife is number 9. She has to wait outside. So come in with that lady.
So you're gonna have a line outside your door just waiting for your friends to come in? Or be like, yo, you gotta go.
It's good enough for Costco, it's good enough for us. I'm as mad as hell and I'm not gonna take this anymore. Sorry.
Well, we should I don't ever like when we do 2 people on on the same day, because we end up having to cut our time short. Like we should have just had just you all, and then because up next we have my homegirl Opal Staples, amazing.
No, because y'all give us 15 minutes, so y'all lucky y'all got 20 minutes.
I got you.
Hey, Charles, who's the dude?
He's like, gotta go. I gotta get Michael Coy on. Let me Michael, where you at?
And Mike was mad at him. Michael was mad at him. I don't even think he even.
I text Michael afterwards.
Anyway.
But
all right,
but listen, are we welcome to come back at a future date? You know,
Absolutely.
Of course, we ain't got nothing else to do.
Because we hit to all.
All good. We love y'all. Well,
Did he wash his
hands?
hands?
This is my last day on my lemonade diet, so tomorrow it's on. So if y'all want to go for a walk or anything like that, or have a nice little drink, just socially distant.
Lemonade, a cool, refreshing drink.
That's right. Celery juice. Bye.
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 All right. Let me bring in my girl, Opal Staples. There she is. Hi, beautiful.
Hey, you guys. How you going?
Hey. Hi. Hey, Opal. Okay, so this is my sister, my friend, my, oh gosh, my tangible word, that tangible Bible, that person in your life that you need. Opal Staples, incredible singer. Her voice is like, I don't even know if I could adequately explain the beauty that is in your throat. It's just,
man.
It's amazing. Opal Staples, everybody.
Songwriter, actress.
Songwriter, actress, amazing songwriter. Listen, Opal would come to me. So Opal and I met back in 2009.
But hold on, before we get that, you may have seen her on BET Sunday's Best.
Yes.
You may have seen her on Fox Empire.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay. Yes. The girl is dope. Okay. We met back in 2009 when we were doing a play. And and she would come to me, like she would have these songs pop in her mind, and I would always joke with her and be like, that's so crazy because I have a song.
Yeah.
Like she would have a song like, you know, why do hurt people? And I'd be like, oh my God, like I have a song, but it's, you know, it's like, why do hurt people hurt other people? And it was like, I feel like I just said that.
That's
but yeah,
what I just said. I don't
literally just said that. Yeah.
No, but
so
you
yeah,
had a song, Kelly. I can't. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my brain. You had a song. Oh, from this movie where you was like, "Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far."
Far away from here. Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far away from here.
That made my morning every morning. Every morning.
Yes, that's from Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Jenny prayed that prayer.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, so talk to us about what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Empire?
Sure.
He's a fan of Empire. So let's talk about like your journey in getting on Empire. What was that like?
My journey on Empire actually started a year before I ever got on the show. I was out in California at a beautiful spa, and it's on my Facebook. I actually was inside of a hot tub, and I was like, I want to be on Empire. I think I could be Cookie's long lost sister. And I said, yeah, I think I need to put that out there. And I'm just making a post. I'm kind of being serious, but you know, whatever. And then a year later, I'm on it. I got an audition to come as a diva, you know, come sing as a diva. And, you know, I just was kind of like, whatever. I still struggle at times with that audition process where you go in and you see everybody in your mind, they all got the part and you just don't. So when I went in there, everybody was dressed like divas. And I was like, oh man, I should have dressed up. I should have came like, pow, you know? And I kind of came like Sunday school, you know? I had on a little jean, right, don't do it. I had a little, don't do it. I had a little jean skirt on. I had a little jean jacket on with some boots. And these girls was in there. They had shades on and I could hear them singing Faith. And, you know, they was getting it. And I was like, dang it, I missed this one. So because I really felt kind of defeated, I walked in and I knew my lines. So I read the lines and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And they were like, thank you very much. We loved it. I was like, okay. And I'm not gonna get it. And then they called me and was like, we love you. And you came in, you weren't trying to be a diva, but you were. And I was like, I kind of wasn't acting though. So I got the part, and I'm gonna tell you, everyone that I met on set was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Fell in love with Tisha Campbell. Fell in love with her. Just a beautiful spirit, beautiful personality. And I know one of the last videos we did, she's pushing me out the chair, and people was like, she hating on you, and I'm like, actually, she wasn't. She blessed me. She would give me little tips like, Opal, ain't that you doing that run? Ain't that you running? Well, move your lips so the camera will go to you. So I got more FaceTime on camera because you know, little tips she gave me, like, move your lips. And she's like, one run I did, she's like, that's okay, I'm gonna make it like it's me. And she did. She's like, and it's not her. I'm like, that's not you. But it was an amazing experience. I got to learn so much. Sometimes coming from a space where I have not been, you know, trained to be on television, I didn't go to school for it. Sometimes the best experience is just being dumped into it and learning different things. Like, okay, if you had your hand up like this when you said the line, when they changed the camera, do it again. You know, if you don't go to school, you don't really know about continuity. You don't know about it. You just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it this time, this way. They're like, no screen time for you because nothing you're doing is the same. You change every time.
Yeah.
So, you know, just learning a lot of different things and having the graciousness of queens around me. Nicole Ari Parker, amazing woman, just beautiful spirit and so down to earth. You know, you see these people on TV, so you think they're light years away from your accessibility, but when you meet them, it's like, where are we going to go eat? You know, everybody was just so cool. Taraji, just, she's like a beautiful, beautiful woman to me. You know, she didn't say a lot, but when she sees you, she says, hey, Opal. I'm like, I didn't know she knew my name. Hey, girl. You know, but she'll come over and talk. Terrence Howard, crazy. Okay. Beautifully crazy. Brilliant. Crazy. But brilliant. And just when I first met him, I was like, I told him, I said, let's take a picture together. He was like, oh, no, you ain't going to Me Too me. I was like, what? And he wouldn't take a picture with me. I had to get into my second season with him to take a picture with him. But overall, the experience was amazing. I enjoyed it. Everybody was so warm and nice. And to this day, you know, you can reach out and you'll actually get a reach back. And that says a lot. Of course, you know, you don't go on stalker mode and just text me in the morning for no reason. But, you know, it's just a beautiful experience, a beautiful time of learning and growing in my own craft, and an opportunity to step into a different light that isn't always comfortable, but definitely lends to my singing, for sure.
But also just to kind of talk about, you know, you said you'll reach out and there's reach back, and that speaks to their character, but it also speaks to your character as well, because I'm sure there are others who have reached out and they've been like, you know, but you know, just your spirit, like you are so gracious, you are so kind, your wisdom that just, you know, you can open your mouth and I'll be like, well, where did that gem come from? Oh my God, it's a diamond. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's amazing. So I see a couple of people on here talking about how much they love you on Sunday's Best. Like, talk to me about Sunday's Best.
Sunday's Best was hell. It was hell in the sense that I had to face, you know, to me, hell is not external. A lot of times it's internal. And I had to just deal with so much of me. I had to deal with all of my insecurities. And you know, there's nothing, somebody asked me, how was Sunday best for you? And I was like, it was like church. You know, and church, although I am a PK, both my parents were pastors. My father's passed away, but they started churches in Asia, in Iceland. You know, they traveled all over the world, and my father was military, but you know, I'm very familiar with the church world. That's how I was raised. And I was actually raised very strict. No TV, we didn't cut our hair because that was our glory. We didn't wear no pants until I moved to Chicago. And I was like, Mom, the hawk just crawled up my skirt. But, you know, we lived a very, very strict life. And all I knew was worship. And so when I came to Chicago, to be dismantled by the church world and be told that you don't have a voice for gospel music, you need to go do some jazz, or you can sing, but not this. And it was really because I didn't have the growl, is what I call it. And don't get me wrong, I love it. When I hear people do that, I'll be like, sing, girl. You know, I love hearing it, but I don't have it. And I thought that I had dealt with this because I start blossoming in my professional career singing. Like, okay, if I'm not going to be up in the church getting paid to lead the praise and worship team, I'm just going to go over here and do this commercial. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought I dealt with something that I didn't. I just suppressed it. So when I did Sunday Best, it all came up. You know, I'm singing with, you know, these amazing singers, and I'm looking around. No one is inadequate. These are some singing young people. Mind you, I was the oldest there. I was like, Lord, I'm used to being the youngest. When did this happen? So I'm also the oldest, and they're loving me for my decadence. You know, I wore gowns, and that's just me. I'm gonna be classic every time. If I wore it this year, trust me, in 5 years I can still wear it and I'll be in style because I'm gonna go classic. But it didn't build anything in me. And so one of the greatest moments was in a rehearsal with Uncle Kirk, and he apologized to me. Let me tell you something. Kels, I had to hold my mother. You know, when I cry, I sound like a goat. You know, that vibrato be like, you know what I'm saying? So he blessed me because he just apologized. He didn't have to. It wasn't his fault. But it gave me a sense of the acknowledgement of my feelings made me feel whole in some way. And so it didn't really take full effect there. I was very insecure on Sunday Best, but it was the best thing that happened to me. It's kind of like when David said, it was good I was afflicted. It was good that I went through it because I had to sit down and watch myself on that show. And what I seen, I wasn't ashamed, but it was a learning moment. Like, you know, what they wanted me to do was defy the odds of everything around me. And this is what you told me, Kelly, when I called you. I was like, Kelly, I'm struggling. You was like, Opal. Opal Staples. You know what I'm saying? You was like, get up there and just do it. And you pray with me. But the truth is, you know, and this is the same way in life, in church, you can have everybody praying for you. If at some point you're not interceding for yourself, you're not believing for yourself, you know, everybody, I had a praying mama, that'll carry you, but so far. I had to get to the point where I could see it for myself, and sitting down after the fact, after it was over, lamenting about all I should have, I could have. When I sat down and watched it, I seen every moment of me. And that's why it was hellish. It was like, have people watched you and you're looking at it like, oh, yeah. I had those moments, but now I look at them and I aggressively go after what is mine. I aggressively, not to diminish anybody, not to belittle. And sometimes these competitive shows, you have to be careful. It was interesting because we were all singing and you have all these amazing singers, but the energy of competition is obviously there. You know, it's only going to be one winner. But how do you compete and still represent the platform of Christianity that we're on? You know, because it was getting real in the background. You know, nobody sees the back, but I was in the back like, oh, get the oil. This one here is going to get me. You know what I'm saying? We had moments where it was like, okay, I'm going to say it since no one is saying it. I'm not getting in the car with y'all for 45 minutes with this energy. Can we pray? Since that's what we're supposed to know how to do, saints. Let's have a word of prayer. And I'm going to pray that demon that's on you comes off because it's one, you know? So we had moments. And what I loved about that particular group of young people was everything that we encountered, we hashed through it. And we wound up encouraging each other. We still have a thread on Facebook that we all talk on. Yeah, hey, I'm doing this. I dropped a single, and then everybody chimes in, or y'all, I'm doing this. You know, buy this. I dropped a song, and they all bought it, and I just was like, wow. You know, so although it was, this is how I describe Sunday Best. It was something that hurt, but I will accept the hurt to avoid the harm. So it hurt at times, but the lesson that I learned will keep me from harm's way later in life when I'm going to really go after something. And because I didn't learn a hurtful lesson here, now I'm just, I'm in harm's way now. So it's bittersweet, but I'm tell you something, my Instagram grew. My social media grew. I was like, I got more than 10 people. Praise God. My Instagram grew. My popularity grew. People will walk. And the advice that I got from, Kiki was on there.
Yes, I watched that episode.
Praise God. So the advice that I got from the judges was amazing. Even the advice that I got from people just in the audience afterward, they were like, oh my God, your voice. The things that Kelly Price said to me, they were just affirming and positive. love Erica. Erica was just, she probably was the most closest to my spirit, my energy. But she knew how to give you the constructive criticism, but really just pour on the positivity of what you're building in you. And then of course, Jonathan was just like, you're a star. You're a star. And I was like, no, thank you, Mr. McManus. Say it again. You know, but he was just like, you're a star. In the moment, he said, I could imagine that when you go into the stores, people are like, who is she? He said, the moment it is realized in you, you're going to just, and I think that at this point in my life, that's what I'm experiencing. I'm not experiencing anything other than the realization of myself, which is a real awakening. You want to wake up, see yourself, and get over the hellishness that it is. And then seek for the light that's within you, because we're all stretching our hands looking for something on the outside. But the truth is, if we're made in his likeness and image, it's right there within you. You know, the kingdom of heaven is right there within you. And so I think the space that I'm in now is just pulling from myself, drawing from myself, drawing from the light that God has placed in me, pulling on that, my talents, my gifts. I mean, in this season of COVID, it's like, can we say reinvent? What else do you do besides sing? So that's been amazing too. I mean, I'm teaching virtually. Who knew? But I love it. You know, I'm working with children. So this has just been, I think, from Sunday's Best, really this whole ride over the last couple years, maybe 5 years or so, has been a ride into myself, learning me. And I think that this is the space of development this is a space of development into a maturity that transcends, oh yeah, when I was 20 something and I'm legal. No, this is a different thing. And I'm grateful for every experience. I'm grateful for every failure, every embarrassing moment. You know, I have moments, you know, on Sunday Best where I was just like, well, we made it through. No, please do not rewind. Don't rewind it. You know, but I'm grateful for all those experiences, and I'm grateful for Kirk. Kirk really touched my heart. It touched my life. Perfect gentleman. You know, just a pillar of godliness and inspiration. And you know, it's past his music, and that's what I love. I can love you because your music, but if I meet you and you are not that pleasant, or it's just like, oh, you know, that can leave a stain on even your gift. But when I met him, his music was explained by his personality. You know, it's just who he is. And he exudes a beautiful light. And I also took that from him. Like, you know, let me just shine. You know, he's always smiling, just grinning. Even like, what you say? Grinning and eating apples. There was not a moment where he was not eating an apple unless the camera was on. Was apple eating? And he's like, yeah, I don't do the sugar. I said, well, let me go get some apples, because he's a fit somebody. Let me tell you something. If I had his legs, woo, we'd be in there. He's a fit somebody, you know, but I guess it's the apples. But yeah. I was grateful for that. I was grateful for that moment that you all shared, because he was right, you know, and especially in our churches, you know, you have that growl, that thing that you do, and now we're like, yeah. And now we're like, oh, yes, we feel the spirit. But I'm telling you, there were times, because we were on the road when we were doing this play in 2009. There were times that you would just be humming. And I would be like, oh, my God, you know, I thank you, God. It was just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I have found that I am more drawn to a Stephanie Gretzinger, a Carrie Joe, because it's about the lyrics. It's about the simplicity of the lyrics. And listen, I love a Kiera Cheer, indescribable, but I feel like sometimes what we do, we get caught up in singing, girl, and you've missed the lyrics. You know, Stephanie Gretzinger, beautiful song. I loved you before I knew you knew it was love, and I saw it all. Still, I chose the cross, and you were the one that I was thinking of when I rose from the grave. It's like, those are like, let me hear those lyrics as opposed to you screaming. And now I'm focusing on how many runs you can do and how loud you sound. And I'm moved by your voice and not the words that you're singing. Yeah.
Question for you. You may have already answered this, but you know, I'm gonna answer it for the audience. Have you found your purpose, and are you living in it?
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't, it's more recent discovery. You know, I have the innate ability to present. I'm an artist, you know, in my soul. That's just who I am. So I present very well, but I really did not know my purpose. I know I love to sing. I know that I enjoy it, but it always came up from a place of what I like. But purpose usually extends out to what is needed more than just what is satisfying. And what I've learned is that my purpose isn't always servicing me. Oftentimes, I have a chapter in a book that I'm writing called I Love Everybody and I Hate It. Because oftentimes I just feel the need to give this. I have to give of myself this, but it doesn't always serve me. But I've learned that's my purpose. I am a light. I bring lightness. When I walk into the room, you're going to go, there's Opal. Yeah, you're going to sigh a sigh of relief. You're going to see me because I am a light bearer. I carry light. That's what I do. It's who I am. And there was a time where I wasn't able to articulate it or say it because I just wasn't confident. And I had the religious mindset of that's cocky. That's too much. That's vain. It's not. I know who I am. I know who I'm not. I don't even go into certain situations because I know it would trigger the lesser of me. And so I know who I am. I know what my purpose is. And I'm grateful that you asked that because I think that a lot of artists, we're torn in giving what is asked of us from the industry machine instead of being truthful to who we are and knowing that that is what's going to make you a star. There's already a Beyonce. There's already a Rihanna. There's already these people out here. There's already your best friend who got this style, your best buddy who got this. They're already here. So your truest authentic self is what is required. And I think that the moment you see that, once again, you find your purpose. I know my purpose. I'm excited. I love my purpose. I love building people up, lifting them up. I told Kelly this years ago. I said, my gift is not just my singing. It's in my throat. I can talk you happy. It's my gift. You know what I'm saying? So I do know my purpose. Melvin, I thank you for asking me that because I just lifted myself. I just reminded me.
No, because it's interesting because I started off in music, managing artists back in 2001, and it was harder for artists to get on. And like now with social media and all the different platforms, I feel like it's easier for artists to be their own owners of their product, where you can go, click a button and it be on all streams and platforms. How do you feel like you're able to benefit in this time off of Sunday, your fame off of Sunday's Best, your notoriety off of Empire, and now turn it into your global empire?
That's a good question, and I call my empire Queendom for the record. But the way that I build it is first assessing the need because I'm a servant. My job is to serve. And so the way that I assess it is what's needed. I thought about doing T-shirts and having something on it, but T-shirts is not what's needed, and the idea is to have merchandise. Okay, well, there are things that are needed that can be easily put together, packaged, and sold. What is the need? And so during this time, especially of being quarantined in the home, which don't tell nobody, but I kind of like it. Like, I'm learning my kids and stuff. I told my children, I'm like, you can't clean the toilet. You're going to learn today. Thank God. Come on, get this brush and scrub that toilet, boy. So
boys are nasty. Boys are nasty.
Oh, they're nasty. They have their own bathroom. I told them, I said, this right here is ungodly. Anyway.
I just start making myself sit down.
Yeah, I don't even go in there. My daughter, I told her, just come on in my room because I don't know that right there. That might be COVID right down the toilet. But I'm enjoying the quietness of having to once again dig in me. I was given an assignment. So last Sunday, or not this past Sunday, but Sunday before last, the mayor had me go onto her Instagram page and sing for an hour, which was such an awesome blessing and a payday I needed. But I sung on the page for an hour and it was great. I was given an assignment, and the assignment was this: turn that performance on, turn the volume off, watch the full hour, and tell me what you see that can be used today when you take that woman's voice away. I done watched it 5 times. I ain't figured it out yet, but I'm still working on it. But it was good to just see. I'm singing, you know, of course I'm live, so I'm cute, and but I'm like, what else? What else is there? And so during this time, building the first thing I've started with, to answer your question, Melvin, is I'm teaching. I'm working with kids and building that up. You know, writing a curriculum. What does that look like? Not just giving them breathe like this. I really don't want to be a vocal trainer. You need to already know how to sing, because, honey, I'm not built for that. But I can help you enhance your performance, because that is what I had to go through. That's what I drugged myself through and built up. And so now I'm working with children, which is what I've always wanted to do, building them up. But I'm using music as a platform to motivate, to build self-esteem, because I know what it feels like to look around the room and feel like you're less than. And you're the only person in the room that doesn't realize you got all of it. But what do we do with it? Do you hide your talents? Do you bury them? Or do you take them out, utilize them, and multiply them so that when the master sees what you've done with your gifts, he's pleased? And so a lot of young people, they have so much gifts and so much talent, but there's so much body shaming. There's so much lip puckering and booty building and all this other stuff that derails them from the organic person that they are. And they feel like if they don't live up to this, they're nothing. And then you hear them sing in a corner. You're like, was that you? And you like, come here. Stand here. My first assignment with my class is to stand in front of a mirror and sing Man in the Mirror. Look at yourself singing. And how do you like what you see? Baby. What do you think about what you see? I don't have to tell her. When I'm thinking, So this is how I'm building my queendom. I am a nurturer. I'm a mother. I popped out 3 kids like it was, you know, like I'm built for it. You know what I'm saying? Rotated the jokers on the breast. Bam, bam. You fed. You fed. You fed. You fed. You fed. You fed. Go to bed. You know, so I love to nurture and to build. If that's my natural capacity, then how do I merchandise that? Don't nobody need no t-shirts. Not for me. And I don't got nothing clever to put on there but queendom come. Somebody might get offended in the church, though. I don't know.
Right. 2 things that came to me when you were saying about...
Quickly, because I want her to sing.
Yeah, right. I was going to say.
I'm ready.
2 things that came to me when you were saying about, you know, turning off the sound. One was that without the sound, you still are a light in a room of darkness. And the second is, if I'm not able to hear you, if I'm deaf, I can still understand what you're saying. So those are 2 things that came to me.
You know what? Let me piggyback on what you're saying, Mel, because I did this play at the Black Ensemble Theater years ago. It was a Jackie Wilson story, and I had to sing in the beginning and throughout the play. And when I was doing the play, I seen these people hold balloons, and I was like, what's, you know, but I'm trying to stay in character. I'm like, what is the balloons in the room? You know, and when the play was over, long story short, these people, we had an audience of people with special needs, you know, they couldn't hear or whatever. And they were holding the balloons. They were holding the balloons because although some of them were blind and deaf, they could still feel the vibration of their voice from the balloon. Listen. And so it just shows you how the spirit can prevail. The energy of something, the momentum that the intention that you put on it can still reach people, whether they can hear you or not, whether they can see you or not. If they know how to find the sensory whereby the gate is allowed to open to receive a vibration, a wave, or maybe they can't hear, but they can see, they can still receive the light that you bear. So I agree with you 100%.
And now that's a good lead into his song.
And let me prep let me prep myself. I just love you both so much.
We got 6 minutes. Let's go.
Okay. So this song I wrote is called Tell Them. It's a song that I wrote. I really like the song. I don't know how this is gonna sound because I didn't test it out, but hopefully it sounds good. I'm gonna play it for 2 seconds, and then if it doesn't sound good, be like, oh, but wait, do something so I can stop. Okay.
You're like, Teddy Riley.
It sounds good.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Every now and then, people just need to hear that it's going to be okay. So I wrote this song just to say, it's going to be okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's going to be okay. She was only 17, full of ambition and her dream. All she needed was time to find her place in this world. Even though she's a young girl, that's just running out of time. Oh my, she needs to hear them tell her you can fly. She needs to know that there's no mountain too high. Somebody needs her. The darkest hour is just before the day. If she can hang on, it will be okay. Yeah. There will be sunshine when it was so gray. Oh, together we will find a way. Oh, he never gave much thought to what he would be. But now with the baby here, these things are reality. He can't tell her now, but he's losing ground. The only thing he's hanging on is a love for his child. Oh, he needs someone to tell him. He needs to know that he can make it through the sky. Somebody please. Cause I can tell it's just before the day. Yeah. She can hang on and it will be okay. Yeah, there will be sunshine where it was so great. Oh, together we will find our way. Yeah, 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 yeah. We will find a way. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. In love since sweet 16, they always believe that no one could come between this lonely fantasy. But what was new is now old, and their love has grown cold. They need to know that they can weather this storm. Oh, he needs someone to tell him. She needs to know because of love, she will survive. The darkest hour is just before the day. Yeah. She can hang on and it will be okay. Yeah. There will be sunshine where it was so great. Yeah. Together we will. Yeah. Anybody wanna tell me? Anybody wanna tell me? Anybody wanna tell me? Yeah. Anybody wanna tell me? You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're so kind. Yeah. You're a survivor. Yeah. You may be the only voice I'll ever hear. So come on, so go on, tell me. Anybody wanna tell me? Anybody wanna tell me? You may be the only voice I'll ever hear. Anybody wanna tell me? Please tell me.
And it's 9:59. I mean, it's 7:59.
We only got we're 45 seconds. I just want to say, because somebody was like, we wiping at the same time. Yeah, I am emotional because I saw the Opal before this Opal, and to see you walk in the confidence and beauty of who we all saw you to be is an amazing thing, sis. I pray that you just continue to excel. This world needs you.
Thank you.
And this right here, be it singing, be it talking, your light, we need you.
Thank you. I love you both. Thank you so much.
All right. Shout out to Chester Gregory. He's in here.
Small
What's
world. Up, Chess? Y'all know Chester?
We're about to be kicked out. We can come back. We're back. So hopeful Opal will come back. We just, she was singing and I got a little emotional because her voice is just amazing. Nancy, I was talking about you earlier today when I was doing an interview, and they were talking about me working on Mixed-ish and you know, how I felt about being on the show and the trailer. Opal, we're about to bring you back in, Opal. I'm just shouting out Nancy, and I was like, you know, when the name showed up on my phone, I was like, oh, we cool. Like, Nancy got me. And then I was telling him how you were like, well, you know, these are the ideas. And I was like, Nancy, we don't even have to talk anymore. You got me. Done. We're gonna bring Opal back in. Come on back in, Opal. She was talking to us about how long she's known Chester because Chester, I got to see him perform in the Jackie Wilson one-man show that he did, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And then he performed, and I don't even want to call it performing because it was like he was living. It wasn't performing, but whatever he was doing on stage, he gave all of himself. And then he had the nerve to come off of the stage and interact with people. And then after the show was done, he had even more nerve to come out and greet people and laugh and joke like he hadn't just fell on his knees, literally
a billion times.
1,967,483 times. That's how many I counted. How you know Chester?
Chester and I met at the Black Ensemble Theater, and actually we did the Jackie Wilson story together. I played his wife. And Chester heard me singing. Chester was one of the first people, Kelly and Melvin, that heard me singing and told me, your voice is ridiculous. And then he introduced me to Kim Burrell. And I was listening to that Kim Burrell over and over and over. I think Chester is one of the first people that really took a moment and told me how amazing I was. Didn't hear him, you know, I heard it, but it went in one ear and out the other. But I have to give honor where honor is due. He told me first, years ago, he's like, he would tell me, you don't even know how amazing you are. He's like, you have no clue. I did a song with him years ago, Can We Try Again? It was an amazing song. It's a duet with him. I had to be.
He sent it to me.
Did he?
Yeah, because I was like, I need you and Opal to do something together. And he was like, we already did. And he sent it to me. And I was like, more, please. More. More. Yeah.
Yeah. Chester seems like you know everybody in Chicago.
I don't believe it. I don't.
Chester, yeah, he's dope. I got a chance to see him.
Chester does, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I got a chance to see him perform. And how about a few months ago? And I was like, man, I'm a fan. So
performing his own music, it's just, yeah, it was amazing. So I would love more from you all. Dear God, please make that happen.
Amen.
We have not because we ask not.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, me and Chester talked about it. He was like, let's get together and let's do some music. I love the way Chester writes. I love his perspective as an artist. So, you know, and then Chester's just good people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Love y'all. Whatever, Chester.
We love you too, Chester. But he is. It was pretty rude and pretty disrespectful. Like you. Every time you open your mouth and sing, it's very rude, very disrespectful. You know, I was like, I'm going to call Opal on her birthday and tell her to sing happy birthday to herself from me.
Right. That's how you do that.
That's how we do it because it's amazing. Yeah. Did you have anything else? Because I know I just kind of took over.
I know this with her when someone that she's sister's friends with. It's gonna be an interview that I'm like, babe, we got questions. We got questions to answer. We got some little order and everything. But I let her have a moment because this is when she shines. So I'm just happy to be in this presence of this amazing, talented individuals, you two. And so when we gonna see something from you guys? Are you guys gonna do a song together? Because she was over here doing a little run of growling.
Kelly has a sneak voice. It'll
I know I'm married to her. I'm like, dang, babe, I just love. Can you sing to me? Because I can't sing to you.
She plays it down. I mean, she's not gonna get up and do a whole concert for you, but she has a beautiful voice.
She's not going to do half of
a concert. She does a concert for me,
She's
though.
Not going to do a quarter of a concert.
She does an Erykah Badu concert.
She's not going to do any concert. Let's be very clear. I understand.
Kelly's one of them people, though. Although she's not a singer, she can tell you who can sing and who cannot. She can tell you that. Like,
yeah, she said I can only hum and whistle. I actually can't even hum. I can only whistle.
No, he can't. He cannot hum. He can only whistle. Like. It went from okay, baby, you can hum, and then I was like, nope, you gotta whistle. You just gotta.
Listen, I don't even whistle that good.
Well, let me just say this, Kelly.
Can you help me with my voice? I lost my voice and haven't been able to find it.
That's probably because it ran.
Yeah.
You didn't lose it; it ran from you.
Yeah, God never blessed me. God didn't give it to me. I asked him.
I'm just messing with you. But let me just say, Kelly, I absolutely love you. I miss you tremendously. I remember every morning on tour with you and watching you get up and do your devotion, and it blessed me. It blessed me. Your discipline and your faithfulness and your structure is so attractive to me. And I absolutely love you. I really do miss you. I miss our moments of, what was that moment we had where he was like, why y'all, I'm not upset. What was that moment? We had this crazy moment.
We did. We toured together on a play, and then we also toured together on a marketing campaign for Reebok.
Yes.
Their easy tone shoes. And I don't know, we were arguing about something. I don't even remember what we were arguing about. And like Opal was like on 10. And I was like, okay, you need to calm down. And she was like,
I am calm.
Just like that. And I was like, that's not calm.
That's not, and that's how she did it. It's not.
I feel like I should get y'all a glass of wine and I just leave the room and y'all just catch up.
That's fine.
That's fine with me. I'm here for it.
We never made it to Chicago. I'm so mad. I'm like, man.
No, we gotta make it to Chicago.
Definitely not when it's cold though. Not when it's cold. I want to see the Hawk. I don't want a Hawk.
Yeah, the Hawk is real, people. I just want you to know, I came here not wearing pants, and I quickly told Mom, I don't know about pants and God. What I know is that pneumonia is a probability. If I don't find some pants, it gets so cold here. But I would love to see you guys. I really, really love the fellowship. One of the little things about my personality, everybody thinks they know me. Nobody really knows me. But the chick sitting to your side, she know me. She knows my faces. That's why some stuff she's looking at me like,
Yeah, don't do it, because we're live. We're live. I'm like, we're live.
We're live. Don't do no. This is what I took from her years ago. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
She has some good quotes, and I see stuff she says, and I'm like, I got to give you props for that. Like, her favorite line to me is, "I can't. You won't let me be great." What was it, babe? Yeah.
There are many times that my husband just insists on not letting me be great, and I'm just like, help me to be great.
Right. Let me be great.
Help me be great.
I think one of my favorite was when Kelly worked me out. I probably started tour as a size 12 or a 10. By the time she got done with me, I was easily a size 8 on the slimmer side, on the thicker side of a 6.
Yeah, and you're supposed to a 6.
I was supposed to. If you got me down, okay, she shrunk me down, and I would want to eat stuff. and she put me on a salmon and Caesar salad diet. So that's all I could eat. That's all I could eat. And I couldn't even have a soda. I don't really drink soda anyway, but I couldn't have a cocktail downstairs in the hotel lobby. And so she would have these moments where like a pack of cookies would pop up. And she was like, that's that Fatty McFatterton. They just want these cookies. That Fatty McFatterton. That thing used to bless me so much. And so now when I have moments of like, I just want to eat all these Oreos with some good oatmeal milk. I'll be like, that's that Fatty McFatterton. Go sit down, girl.
Fatty McFatterton will get you every single time.
McFatterton, I'm not happy about her moving into this house. I told Fatty McFatterton, look, you cannot stay with me during the quarantine. I'm sorry.
You got to go. You got listen because she moved up in here, like had the audacity to set up shop, moved into the guest room. And I said, let me tell you something. You're not gonna rule me. No. Okay? You're not gonna do it. So yeah.
You gotta handle her too. You gotta handle her because she's
you have to.
Yeah, she's a tantalizer. Yeah. All kind of things. You're like, who bought these? I did.
I know.
Someone, a friend of hers, sent her two things of
family size
Oreo cookies from Amazon.
You don't want me to be great. You don't.
Right.
You don't want me to be great.
She had to donate the other one just to get it out the house.
I did. Had to give it away.
So you're gonna hurt somebody else with it.
I know. Listen, when I tell you it was a struggle, I was like, Lord, like, do I give these away or do I throw it away? Like, there are people on the street who don't have anything to eat. And I was like, well, then should they eat Oreos? And I was like, well, maybe they can. Listen, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But I did give them away.
How many of them did you eat while you were having that tug of war?
I didn't. I didn't open that bag at all because I had eaten the other bag all by myself. It's fine. But so I don't want to hold you for another hour, but if there's something else that you would like to sing, my ears can listen for more.
Okay.
You know, it's up to you.
I'll sing another, if that's okay.
Yeah, and then I want you to tell us about your music that is out and available for purchase and where we can purchase it.
So I have a single out right now called Sweeter. It's playing on about 200 radio stations across the globe. It's called Sweeter. You can get that on any musicals platform, all of them, name it, it's there. The song that I just sang called Tell Them is a song that I wrote. It is not released. So this is a song that you guys are getting, especially.
Exclusive on the Mel Kel Show.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can only get it here. And the next one I'm going to sing also is not released yet. But I'm going to release it, so have no fear. But it's not released yet. But I do have music on all social platforms. So go check it out. Look me up, Opal Staples. I love singing. I love building up and lifting up people. And that's kind of what I do. My, some people are like, are you a gospel artist? I'm not a gospel artist. But I do inspire. Okay, get to this again. That's Kelly's face, like sing.
No, because what I was thinking about was the Clark sisters, and I don't know if I reached out to you, but I was going to reach out to you, or did I ask you if you had acquired the rights for the Staples singers?
Well, song by song. So I redid the.
To acquire the rights to tell the story.
and this is when Kelly would do this dance. Remember that dance? You was like, it's an 8. Oh, it's an 8. Just do the 8. And I'll be like, never mind, never mind. Just
like no, that's
a Sunday school skirt on. Do you know I came up to the theater thinking I was cute, and we were supposed to go out to the club, and I had on a cute skirt with a cardigan, little sweater, and a little tank top underneath, and this colored woman told me I looked like I was going to Bible study.
To the PTA. I said, what are your children, do you have to fly out to make it to the PTA meetings? Or wait, because you're not coming with us, right?
Not with that on.
Not with a cardigan on, okay?
And a khaki skirt.
top button with the cardigan on. Where you going? You're not going with us, right? And the girls, y'all, Opal's body banging body. And it wasn't about like, I need you to show it off, but I also don't need you to wear a cardigan with a khaki skirt and think that you're doing something, because you're not.
And look, my cardigan was pink, Melvin.
It was pink.
Shoes was pink, and it tied in the back with a bow. It was so cute.
Wow.
It was so dainty. Yeah.
Wow. She got you right, though. She got you right.
She did. She did. And then she dressed me. She would do that. She'd be like, okay, come on, come here. Because you remember after I lost all that weight, remember we went to BB and went shopping and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I still got them outfits. I can't fit
Yeah, she does good when she shop for me. She does a good job. I'm like, man, I'm going to get you to shop for me more often.
Yeah, Kelly's good at that. She got that, she got that eye.
She had me looking right.
That was for money.
Oh.
Not a...
What's going on over there?
You don't need a high five. Okay, so you're gonna sing.
Okay, so this next song is not released yet either. This is called Rain. I wrote this song last year during an electrical storm. I woke up, and you know how sometimes what's going on outside of you when you're sleeping affects what you start dreaming about. So in my sleep, I was dreaming that God was speaking to me, and in my dreams, all of my sensories was how I knew. My eyes, my ears, but it was not an audible voice. It was the thunder that I was hearing in my sleep. It was an amazing dream. And I woke up with this melody, which rarely happens. Usually I dream about songs, but I can't grab it. When I'm coming to consciousness, I'll be like, where? And I can't hold on to it and I lose it. This particular time, I held on to it enough to like stumble into the bathroom, like, trying to get it out. So this is that song. I hope you like it. It's called Rain.
I like it.
Let me drink some water. I love you, Kelly. Okay, here we go. Hear the billows blowing, that's how I know the Lord's applauding. See the lightning flashing, heavenly fold of flesh and angelic paparazzi. Feel the billows blowing, even the earth knows it should be still and smell it in the air, no need to fear, go outside. Stand in the rain, know the sun will shine. Even if it's pouring down on me. Oh, rain, rain, ooh, rain, 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 rain. Second verse. Now the trees are swaying, animals are obeying, all of nature's swaying. Mother Nature's feeding what the earth's been needing, let us all receive. Yeah. I won't be afraid, cause I know the rain causes me to go. Yeah, if you feel like the way I feel, let the whole world know with me. Yeah, I do believe the sun will shine again. Yeah, even if it's pouring down on me, I'm just gonna tell the world that I'm okay. Rain, rain, ooh. Rain, rain. This is my favorite part. Everybody wants the rainbow, but nobody wants the rain. Nobody wants the rain. Everybody wants the harvest, but nobody wants the rain. Rain, rain, you're grateful for joy that sunshine brings. So I'm standing in the rain. I won't be afraid of what it brings. Let it pour down on me. I won't let it stop the song that I can sing. Rain, rain, ooh, rain, rain, let it rain down on me. Yeah, I don't care, I don't care. Yeah, rain, ooh, rain, rain, rain.
Opal Staples.
need to get a donation plate.
I know.
Come on, donation. Come on, cash out.
All right, hello. What's your cash app?
Listen. I love you both. And thank you for just allowing me the opportunity and the space and honoring my talents and my humble gifts enough to let me share them with not only you, but the people that follow you as well. It really means a lot to me. And I appreciate you both.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And let me tell you something. You blessed people. You blessed people as you always do. You talk about this being your gift. It is. I knew that from the moment I met you, and I am so grateful and thankful to God that He allowed me to meet you. My special little gift that He gave to me and me to you, I know.
Yes.
But I love you, and I am excited to see you just continue to grow and blossom into who you are. Amazing.
Well, thank you. And Kelly, you know, anytime you want to hear me sing, or if you need a moment of just some soft worship, you know, I'm your Opal. Yeah. You can dig me up out the dirt anytime, and I'll do it for you. I love you. I love you both, Melvin. I love you. I'm just so honored to be a part of your lives, and I really can't wait to see you. I miss you. I do.
I miss you too.
Absolutely.
I do. Love you.
Love you, sis. Be blessed.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. We appreciate you guys so much. This has been a blessed day, a fun and eventful hour and a half or so. But yeah, I mean, when the spirit moves, you got to keep going. So we've been blessed with 2 songs, not 1 but 2 songs. And you know, Mel Kel Show, we out of here, y'all.
Well, who's